I have my $5 kit with me. I'm out in the woods. I'm here to stay 2 days and 1 night. Please don't try to mimic what I'm doing. Okay, there's a lot of things that could happen out in a situation like this. You could get hurt or killed from. Some of those things might be exposure. You could get hypothermia, hyperthermia. You could get a bad situation with dehydration. You know, there's just a lot of things out here that could hurt you. There's, you know, animals in the area. There's just a lot going on. If you don't know what you're doing, don't think that you can go out and buy the exact same items that I bought and think that you're going to be able to go do what I'm doing right now. The reason I chose these items is because of the time of year that it is. I didn't buy bottles of water and things like that. It's monsoon season where I'm at, and I didn't need water. I can already see some puddles when I drove in, so water to me in this situation is not the concern. I knew that going into this video. I knew that there was clouds in the sky. We had been getting a lot of rain, so that kind of adjusted the thought process that I used when it came to purchasing these items. I'm going to start setting up some solar water stills based off of vegetation. So I'm going to get those started so that they can be working while I'm doing my thing. The next thing I'll probably do after that is go on a short, slow-paced recon, and I'm going to be looking for any kind of garbage or any kind of trash piles or anything like that where there might be some resources that I can capitalize on. Now, with that being said, I want you guys to understand ahead of time, watching this video, that there's nothing planted here. I didn't come place anything out here. Anything that you see me do is exactly what this area had when I pulled up right now. If I have an option where I can put it on the south side of the tree, what would happen would be the sun would come up in the east and it would arc slowly, you know, slightly to the south, and the southwestern part of the tree, well, south in general, would probably be the best location to put these solar stills. So I'm looking around. It's almost noon and the sun is up about this direction, so south would be basically over here in the direction that I'm pointing, and I want to find an area where there's not going to be south shade and things like that. That way I can get the most exposure to these bags. Now, normally using a solar still, normally clear plastic bags work the best. A lot of people think black works, but honestly it don't work that well. I don't know how these are going to work. These are just simple white plastic Walmart bags. I'm going to give them a try in hopes that they'll work for me. I have my knife here that I bought. I don't know how I'm going to get this thing out of the sheath or whatever. There we go. This is my 98-cent chef knife that I chose. And it came with a nice little cheap sheath. I thought that was kind of cool, so I can keep it protected. Here's my string, and I have 3 bags. You know, I got some extra bags. The 4th bag is actually holding the items, so I'm gonna just kind of put this in here, maybe even set it on the ground. I have my string, and what I want to do is I want to wrap the bags around this vegetation, and the plan is that the bags will rob the tree from its water, and hopefully we'll be able to capitalize on that moisture. Just wrapping it around. Something like this. Nothing too crazy. Nice loose knot, and hopefully, you know, I'm putting this aside down so that the water can kind of go down. I'm going to set 3 of these up. This is a good south-facing tree. Hopefully we'll be able to get some water. Even though I have only these items in these bags that I brought with me, the $5 stuff, I want you to understand that if I get in a pickle, I have a lot of resources in the car. I've got food, water, first aid, I've got shelter, all kinds of things. Now, I'm not going to be getting into that stuff unless I absolutely have to, but I am prepared to come out here and do this thing. If I do need to get anything out of the car, which I don't plan on it, but if I do, I'll be taking you with me and you'll be seeing exactly what I'm doing. So I'm going to set these other 2 up. It was pretty simple. I'm just hoping that they'll get us some good water. The cool thing about these solar stills like this is if they do render any water, I can drink the water directly out of these bags with no problem at all. So I hope they work for me. So I barely started walking and I've already found a water bottle. Look at the condensation inside that water bottle. Just from sitting there. There's no lid or anything that I can see anywhere. But this is a pretty cool find. To find something like this is huge. Right down in here I just seen a glass bottle. This can be used as a container. I don't know if there's, obviously I'll have to clean it out and get it in better condition, but wow, these 2 finds right here are pretty cool. If I come here to this natural water, you can see that it's just full of microorganisms. You see them swimming around in there? It is just full of stuff. So we're definitely going to have to purify our water. But I'm going to use this water to drink. And right now I'm going to clean these containers. What I'm hoping for is a little bit of scrubbing action to get the inside a little cleaner. So I'm going to grab some sand. Hopefully you can see this stuff. I'm putting this sand in here. That's going to be my scrubbers. Hopefully for the inside of this bottle. It don't look too bad. It's a lot cleaner than it did. You can actually see the bottle ain't bad. I just needed that sand to work as a scrubber. You can see that for the most part, this bottle's pretty clean now. Definitely a good water container. Pretty cool. So we could probably purify water and then dump it in here. We might even be able to use this over the fire to boil our water in it. So there's all kinds of options for us. This is a free resource that we didn't have to have in our bags. So I'm really happy about that. So now, since I've stirred up all the sediment in this water, I'm not going to extract my potential drinking water from here because there's too much soot and stuff. So I'm going to go behind myself over here and get my drinking water. And obviously, folks, this is going to need to be filtered and purified. There's a lot of water over here that we can use. It's got a lot of crawlies in it, but nonetheless, it's a lot of water that's at our disposal. Pollywogs in there. Those are baby frogs, folks. So if we get really hungry, and those tritops, there's a pollywog. And then over here, this is a tritop. If we get really hungry, we're gonna come looking for some pollywogs possibly. Look at this little section of water. This is just full. This is like food all the way. You could eat this. I don't know if we will or not, but it's definitely good to know that it's there if we get hungry. Look at this little albino one. That's a trip. Some of these guys are starting to get their legs, their back legs. So not, oh, look at that one. He actually looks like a little frog. Pretty cool. It's just full of life. So we got water, we got food. There's a tritop over there. We have all kinds of good resources here, folks. There's another tritop. You can see the discoloration of his body. Well, folks, I found a couple things. I found this old tin can. I thought maybe I could unbend it and make a frying pan to boil water or something, but it's not gonna work. The bottom's blown out. But then I found this tin can, and it looks like it's complete. Looks like the top got cracked, but the bottom and sides, they look like they're in good condition. So I think we might have just found something that we could use to boil our water. So that's a pretty cool find right there. Let's go down this road and take a look. And I'm checking these little roads in the area because a lot of people drive into roads like this and they pull off, and sometimes they make a campfire or something and leave some things behind. So you guys have probably never thought you would have heard me say this, but I'm gonna go ahead and spit it out. I'm hoping I find some trash. I really am. I could use the resources.